Tyga's story begins in the streets of Compton, California, a city known for its rich musical heritage and its share of struggles. Born as Michael Ray Nguyen-Stevenson on November 19, 1989, Tyga's upbringing was far from the glitz and glamour he would later become known for. With a Jamaican father and a Vietnamese mother, Tyga's multicultural roots gave him a unique perspective on life and music. This blend of cultures would later be reflected in his diverse musical style, but in the early days, it was simply part of who he was, a kid navigating the complexities of growing up in a tough neighborhood. From a young age, Tyga was surrounded by the sounds of hip-hop, R&B, and reggae, all of which would influence his musical journey. He spent his early years absorbing the rhythms and rhymes that filled his home, often escaping into his own world, where music became his refuge. Despite the challenges around him, Tyga was driven by a deep passion for music. He admired artists like Tupac, Lil Wayne, and Eminem, whose lyrics spoke to the struggles and aspirations of young people like him. These artists became his idols, shaping his dreams of one day making it big in the music industry. Tyga's first foray into the world of music wasn't through performing, but rather through writing. As a teenager, he filled notebooks with lyrics, experimenting with wordplay and storytelling. He would spend hours crafting verses, inspired by the life he saw around him and the music he loved. For Tyga, writing was a way to process his emotions and make sense of the world. It was also his ticket out of the hardships he faced daily, a way to create a better future for himself and his family. The turning point came when Tyga decided to take his passion to the next level. Encouraged by friends who recognized his talent, he began recording music in local studios, saving up whatever money he could to pay for studio time. These early recordings were rough, but they captured the raw energy and ambition of a young artist hungry for success. Tyga was determined to make a name for himself, and he knew that to do so, he needed to get his music out there. In 2007, at just 18 years old, Tyga released his first mixtape, Young on Probation. The project was a mix of gritty street tales and catchy hooks, showcasing Tyga's potential as a rising star in the West Coast hip-hop scene. The mixtape didn't make waves immediately, but it caught the attention of some key players in the industry. One of those people was Travie McCoy, the lead vocalist of the band Gym Class Heroes and Tyga's cousin. McCoy recognized Tyga's talent and offered him a spot on tour, giving the young rapper his first taste of life in the spotlight. Touring with Gym Class Heroes was a major break for Tyga. It exposed him to a broader audience and allowed him to hone his craft as a performer. During this time, he also continued to work on his music, eager to release a project that would truly put him on the map. That opportunity came in 2008 when he dropped his debut single, Coconut Juice. The track was a fun, party anthem that contrasted sharply with the more hardcore sound coming out of Compton at the time. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, Coconut Juice became a hit, and Tyga found himself with a growing fan base. The success of Coconut Juice was a pivotal moment in Tyga's career. It wasn't just a catchy song, it was his foot in the door. The track's popularity led to a record deal with Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment, a move that would change Tyga's life forever. Signing with Young Money was a dream come true for Tyga. Not only was he now associated with one of the biggest names in hip-hop, but he also had the backing of a label that believed in his potential. Under the mentorship of Lil Wayne, Tyga began to refine his sound and develop his image as an artist. He was no longer just a kid from Compton trying to make it. He was now a part of the Young Money family, surrounded by some of the most talented artists in the industry. This period was a time of rapid growth for Tyga, both personally and professionally. He was learning the ropes of the music business while also finding his voice as an artist. With his debut album No Introduction released in 2008, Tyga was officially on his way. The album, while not a massive commercial success, showcased Tyga's versatility and potential. It was a solid introduction to the world, signaling that Tyga was here to stay. Tracks like Diamond Life and Coconut Juice highlighted his ability to blend different genres and create music that was both fun and meaningful. Although he still had a long way to go, Tyga had taken the first crucial steps on his journey to hip-hop stardom. With the release of his debut album, No Introduction, in 2008, Tyga officially entered the mainstream music scene. Although the album didn't achieve massive commercial success, it served as a crucial stepping stone in Tyga's career. The project showcased his ability to craft catchy hooks and blend various musical influences, setting him apart from other emerging artists at the time. Songs like Coconut Juice were fun and lighthearted, reflecting a carefree vibe that resonated with younger audiences. However, Tyga knew that to make a lasting impact, he needed to evolve and dig deeper into his artistic potential. As Tyga navigated the early stages of his career, he began to realize the importance of building a distinct identity in the crowded hip-hop landscape. He was determined to avoid being a one-hit wonder and focused on honing his craft. Tyga spent countless hours in the studio, experimenting with different sounds and refining his lyrical style. During this period, he also sought out collaborations with established artists, understanding that these connections could help elevate his profile. One of the most significant collaborations came in 2010 when Tyga teamed up with Chris Brown on the Fan of a Fan mixtape. This project marked a turning point in Tyga's career, as it not only expanded his audience but also showcased his versatility as an artist. The mixtape was a huge success, spawning the hit single Deuces, which quickly climbed the charts and became a fan favorite. Deuces was a smooth, melodic track that combined Tyga's laid-back flow with Chris Brown's signature vocals, creating a perfect blend of hip-hop and R&B. The song's success proved that Tyga was more than just a party rapper. He had the potential to create music that resonated with a wide audience. Following the success of Fan of a Fan, Tyga's career began to gain momentum. He was no longer just a young rapper from Compton. He was now a recognized name in the music industry with a growing fan base. This newfound fame brought both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, Tyga was being invited to collaborate with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, and his presence on the Young Money roster was solidifying his status as a rising star. On the other hand, the pressure to deliver hit after hit was mounting, and Tyga knew that his next move needed to be strategic. In 2012, Tyga released his second studio album, Careless World: Rise of the Last King. This album was a major step forward for Tyga, both in terms of production and lyrical content. It featured a mix of club bangers and introspective tracks, reflecting Tyga's growth as an artist. The lead single, Rack City, was an undeniable hit. With its minimalist beat and catchy hook, Rack City became a cultural phenomenon, dominating the airwaves and solidifying Tyga's place in the upper echelons of hip-hop. Rack City was more than just a hit single, it was a defining moment in Tyga's career. The song's success catapulted him into the spotlight, earning him his first platinum certification and becoming a staple in clubs and parties across the country. The track's infectious energy and catchy lyrics made it an instant favorite, and its success brought Tyga widespread recognition. He was now in the same conversation as other top-tier artists, and the industry began to take notice of his potential. However, with success came scrutiny. As Tyga's star continued to rise, he found himself facing new challenges. The pressure to maintain his success was intense, and the public and media began to pay closer attention to his personal life. Rumors and controversies started to swirl around the young rapper, from his high-profile relationships to financial issues. Despite these challenges, Tyga remained focused on his music, determined to prove that he was not just a flash in the pan. The release of Careless World marked a significant chapter in Tyga's career. The album featured collaborations with a slew of high-profile artists, including Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and Drake, further cementing Tyga's status as a major player in the hip-hop scene. Tracks like Faded and Make It Nasty continued to showcase Tyga's knack for creating party anthems, while songs like King and Queens hinted at a deeper, more introspective side of the artist. As 2012 progressed, Tyga's name became synonymous with success in the hip-hop world. He was headlining tours, making guest appearances on popular tracks, and his music videos were racking up millions of views online. It seemed like everything Tyga touched turned to gold, and he was quickly becoming one of the most recognizable faces in the industry. However, as we'll see in the next phase of his journey, The path to sustained success in the music industry is rarely smooth. Tyga's rise to fame was meteoric, but maintaining that level of success would prove to be an even greater challenge. As Tyga's star continued to rise, the pressures of fame began to weigh heavily on him. The success of Rack City and Careless World had catapulted him into the upper echelons of the hip-hop world. But with this newfound fame came the inevitable challenges. Tyga found himself under the intense scrutiny of both the media and the public. Every move he made, both personal and professional, was analyzed and critiqued. The glamorous lifestyle that accompanied his success came with its own set of complications, and Tyga quickly realized that maintaining his status in the industry would require more than just hit singles. Navigating the complexities of fame was no easy task. Tyga's personal life became a focal point for the media, with headlines often overshadowing his music. His high-profile relationships, particularly with reality TV star Kylie Jenner, dominated the tabloids. The age difference between Tyga and Jenner sparked controversy, with critics questioning the appropriateness of their relationship. Despite the backlash, Tyga stood by his decisions, though the constant media attention began to take a toll on his public image. In addition to the media scrutiny, Tyga faced challenges within his career. The pressure to follow up the success of Rack City was immense. The music industry is notoriously unforgiving, and artists are often only as good as their last hit. Tyga knew that he needed to keep delivering chart-topping songs to maintain his relevance. However, as he worked on new material, he began to encounter creative struggles. The rapid pace at which the music industry evolves meant that what worked one year might not resonate the next. Tyga found himself at a crossroads, trying to balance his desire to experiment with his need to produce commercially successful music. In 2013, Tyga released his third studio album, Hotel California. The album was a testament to Tyga's growth as an artist, but it was met with mixed reviews. While some praised the album's production and Tyga's lyrical prowess, others felt it lacked the innovation and impact of his previous work. Singles like Dope and Molly achieved moderate success, but they failed to reach the heights of Rack City. The album's reception was a wake-up call for Tyga. He realized that staying on top required more than just repeating the formula that had worked in the past. Despite the lukewarm reception of Hotel California, Tyga continued to push forward, determined to prove his staying power. He embarked on a series of tours, using live performances as a way to connect with his fans and showcase his energy and charisma. On stage, Tyga thrived, his confidence evident as he performed hits old and new. The tours were successful, reaffirming Tyga's position as a popular live act, but they also highlighted the disparity between his on-stage presence and the challenges he faced in the studio. As the pressures of maintaining his career mounted, Tyga began to explore different avenues to express his creativity. He delved into the world of fashion, launching his own clothing line and collaborating with various brands. Fashion had always been a passion for Tyga, and he saw it as another way to establish his brand beyond music. However, these ventures were not without their own challenges. The fashion industry is as competitive as the music world, and Tyga faced criticism from both fans and fashion insiders. Despite the setbacks, he remained committed to expanding his empire, determined to succeed in multiple arenas. During this period, Tyga also faced financial troubles, with reports surfacing of unpaid debts and lawsuits. The negative press further complicated his efforts to stay on top, and Tyga found himself in a cycle of trying to manage both his public and private battles. The controversies and challenges seemed to overshadow his musical output, and many began to question whether Tyga could reclaim the success he had once enjoyed. However, Tyga was not ready to give up. He knew that every artist goes through ups and downs, and he was determined to come out stronger on the other side. The setbacks he faced only fueled his desire to prove his doubters wrong. He continued to release music, even if it didn't always receive the attention he hoped for. Tyga's resilience was evident in his refusal to let the negative press define his career. Instead, he used these experiences as motivation to push himself further, both creatively and personally. By 2015, Tyga's career had hit a rough patch. His fourth studio album, the Gold Album, 18th Dynasty, was released with little fanfare and struggled to make an impact commercially. The album, executive produced by Kanye West, showcased a different side of Tyga, with more experimental production and a departure from the party anthems that had defined his earlier work. Despite the high-profile backing, the album failed to resonate with a wider audience, further fueling doubts about Tyga's ability to maintain his relevance in the industry. The period following the Gold album was one of reflection and recalibration for Tyga. He knew that if he was going to reclaim his place in the hip-hop hierarchy, he needed to make some changes. The next chapter of his career would be defined by his ability to adapt, reinvent, and find his way back to the top. Tyga understood that while the peaks of his career had been exhilarating, the valleys were just as important in shaping who he was as an artist. The lessons he learned during this time would prove crucial as he prepared for one of the most significant comebacks in his career. After the commercial struggles of the Gold album, 18th Dynasty, and the challenges Tyga faced in his personal life, many wondered if his best days were behind him. The hip-hop industry had seen countless artists rise and fall, and it appeared that Tyga was at risk of becoming another cautionary tale. However, the story of Tyga's career was far from over. The same resilience that had driven him to success in the first place would now fuel his comeback. The year 2018 marked a turning point for Tyga. After several years of relative quiet on the charts, Tyga returned to the music scene with a renewed sense of purpose. He had spent the previous years reassessing his approach to music, taking the time to refine his sound and reconnect with what made him passionate about hip-hop in the first place. Tyga knew that to make a successful comeback, he needed to deliver a hit that would not only resonate with fans, but also remind the industry of his undeniable talent. This comeback came in the form of the single Taste, featuring Offset of Migos. Released in May 2018, Taste was an instant hit. The song's infectious beat, catchy hook, and Tyga's smooth delivery struck a chord with listeners, quickly propelling it up the charts. Taste became a cultural phenomenon, with its success far surpassing expectations. It was as if Tyga had tapped into the perfect formula for a summer anthem, and the song's popularity reignited his career in a way that few could have predicted. Taste wasn't just a commercial success, it was a validation of Tyga's artistry and resilience. The song went on to achieve multi-platinum status, and its success opened the doors for Tyga to reclaim his place in the music industry. The music video for Taste, with its vibrant visuals and party atmosphere, further cemented the song's status as a hit. It quickly racked up millions of views on YouTube, making it clear that Tyga was back and better than ever. Following the success of Taste, Tyga didn't waste any time capitalizing on his momentum. He released a string of singles that kept his name in the charts and on the playlists of fans around the world. Songs like Swish and Dip continued to showcase Tyga's ability to create catchy, danceable tracks that resonated with a wide audience. These releases not only solidified his comeback, but also demonstrated that Tyga had successfully evolved his sound to stay relevant in a rapidly changing industry. Tyga's resurgence was not just about the music, it was also about his growth as an individual. The challenges he had faced over the years had taught him valuable lessons about the importance of perseverance, self-awareness, and adaptability. Tyga had learned how to navigate the ups and downs of fame, and he emerged from these experiences with a clearer sense of who he was as an artist and as a person. He was no longer just the young rapper trying to make a name for himself. He was a seasoned artist who had weathered the storms of the music industry and come out stronger on the other side. The release of Tyga's seventh studio album, Legendary, in 2019 marked the culmination of his comeback. The album was aptly titled, as it represented Tyga's journey from the highs of early fame through the lows of his career struggles and back to the top. Legendary featured a mix of club-ready bangers and more introspective tracks, showcasing the duality of Tyga's persona, an artist who could both dominate the party scene and reflect on his personal journey. The album was well received, debuting in the top 20 on the Billboard 200, and it reaffirmed Tyga's place in the industry. Legendary was more than just a commercial success, it was a statement. It was proof that Tyga had not only survived the challenges of his career, but had thrived in the face of adversity. The album's success was a testament to Tyga's ability to connect with his audience, and it solidified his reputation as an artist who could consistently deliver hits. Tracks like Hote, featuring J Balvin and Chris Brown, and Goddamn, further exemplified Tyga's knack for creating music that resonated across different audiences and genres. Throughout this period, Tyga continued to expand his brand beyond music. His ventures into fashion, acting, and entrepreneurship began to gain traction, showing that Tyga was more than just a rapper. He was a multifaceted artist and businessman. He launched his own line of cannabis products, further diversifying his portfolio and tapping into new markets. Tyga's ability to successfully navigate these different ventures was a reflection of his growth and maturity as both an artist and an entrepreneur. Tyga's comeback story is one of resilience and reinvention. He had faced the highs and lows of fame, experienced the pressures of the spotlight, and dealt with the scrutiny of the media and public. Yet through it all, Tyga remained focused on his passion for music and his desire to succeed. His journey was not just about regaining his place in the charts. It was about proving to himself and the world that he was capable of evolving and thriving in an industry that is constantly changing. As Tyga moved into the next phase of his career, he did so with a renewed sense of confidence and purpose. He had learned that success in the music industry is not just about having a hit record. It's about staying true to oneself, adapting to change, and never giving up, no matter the obstacles. Tyga's story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of resilience, and it serves as an inspiration to artists and fans alike. As Tyga's career entered its next chapter, the conversation began to shift from his past struggles to his lasting impact on the hip-hop industry. With over a decade in the game, Tyga had evolved from a young upstart trying to make his mark to an established artist with a significant body of work. His journey was one marked by highs and lows, but through it all, Tyga had managed to carve out a unique space for himself in the music world. Now, it was time to reflect on the legacy he was building and the influence he was having on the next generation of artists. Tyga's impact on the hip-hop industry is multifaceted. Musically, he has been a consistent source of hit records that have defined the sound of West Coast hip-hop for years. Tracks like Rack City, Taste, and Faded are not just songs, they are cultural touchstones that have shaped the party and club scenes across the globe. Tyga's ability to craft infectious hooks and memorable beats has made him a go-to artist for anyone looking to create a vibe, whether it's at a house party or in a packed nightclub. His music has a way of bringing people together, creating an atmosphere of fun and celebration that is quintessentially West Coast. But Tyga's influence goes beyond just his music. Over the years, he has become a style icon in his own right, known for his fashion-forward looks and trend-setting choices. From his early days in the industry, Tyga has always had a keen eye for fashion, often experimenting with bold colors, unique patterns, and high-end brands. His style has inspired countless fans and young artists, many of whom look to Tyga for cues on how to blend streetwear with luxury fashion. In a culture where image and style are as important as the music itself, Tyga has proven to be a trailblazer, consistently pushing the boundaries of what is considered fashionable in hip-hop. Tyga's ventures outside of music have also played a significant role in shaping his legacy. His foray into the world of fashion with his clothing line, as well as his involvement in various business ventures, including his cannabis brand, have shown that Tyga is more than just a rapper. He's an entrepreneur with a vision. These ventures have allowed Tyga to diversify his brand and build a business empire that extends beyond the music industry. In doing so, he has set an example for other artists, showing them that there are many ways to succeed and create wealth outside of music. One of the most significant aspects of Tyga's legacy is his influence on the younger generation of hip-hop artists. Over the years, Tyga has become a mentor and collaborator to many up-and-coming rappers, helping them navigate the complexities of the music industry. His work with artists like Chris Brown, Offset, and Nicki Minaj has not only resulted in hit records, but has also helped to elevate the careers of these artists. Tyga's willingness to collaborate with new talent and share his knowledge of the industry has earned him respect from his peers and has solidified his position as a key figure in the hip-hop community. In addition to his influence on other artists, Tyga's music has also had a broader cultural impact. His songs often reflect the realities of life in Southern California, capturing the essence of the West Coast lifestyle. Whether he's rapping about the highs and lows of fame, the allure of wealth, or the challenges of growing up in a tough environment, Tyga's music resonates with listeners who see themselves in his stories. This connection with his audience is a testament to Tyga's authenticity as an artist. He doesn't just make music for the sake of it. He creates songs that speak to real experiences and emotions. As Tyga continues to evolve as an artist and entrepreneur, he remains focused on his future while also considering the legacy he will leave behind. He understands that his influence on the industry and culture extends beyond his music, and he is committed to using his platform to inspire and uplift others. Whether it's through his business ventures, his mentorship of young artists, or his ongoing contributions to hip-hop, Tyga is determined to make a lasting impact. Tyga's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, creativity, and self-belief. Despite the challenges he has faced along the way, he has never lost sight of his goals. His ability to adapt, reinvent, and push forward in the face of adversity is what has allowed him to remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. As he looks ahead, Tyga is focused on continuing to grow as an artist and entrepreneur, while also cementing his legacy as one of the most influential figures in hip-hop. As Tyga's journey through the music industry continues, his focus has shifted towards ensuring that his legacy endures long after the last track has been played. While his music has been a significant part of his identity, Tyga is increasingly aware of the broader impact he wants to leave on the world. This realization has led him to think more deeply about the kind of influence he can have, not just as an artist, but as a cultural icon and a leader within the hip-hop community. Tyga's evolution from a young rapper in Compton to a globally recognized artist and entrepreneur has been marked by a series of personal and professional transformations. Each stage of his career has brought new challenges and opportunities, and through it all, Tyga has remained committed to his vision of success. He understands that true legacy is not just about the number of hits you have or the awards you win. It's about the lasting impact you have on the culture and the people who come after you. In recent years, Tyga has made a conscious effort to give back to the community that raised him. He has been involved in various charitable endeavors, using his platform to support causes that are close to his heart. Whether it's providing resources for underprivileged youth, supporting educational initiatives, or contributing to disaster relief efforts, Tyga is determined to make a positive difference. He recognizes that his success gives him a unique opportunity to influence change, and he is committed to using his resources to uplift others. Tyga's ventures into the business world have also been a significant part of his legacy-building efforts. By creating successful businesses outside of music, Tyga has demonstrated the importance of financial independence and diversification for artists. He has spoken openly about the need for artists to think beyond the music industry and to build sustainable wealth that can support them long after their music careers have ended. Through his example, Tyga is helping to shift the narrative around what it means to be a successful artist, encouraging others to take control of their financial futures. As Tyga looks to the future, he is focused on continuing to grow both as an artist and as a businessman. He has expressed a desire to expand his reach into new areas, including film, television, and technology. Tyga is passionate about exploring new creative outlets and pushing the boundaries of what he can achieve. He sees each new venture as an opportunity to learn, grow, and leave a lasting impact on the world. One of the key aspects of Tyga's legacy is his commitment to authenticity. Throughout his career, Tyga has remained true to himself and his vision, even when faced with challenges and criticism. He has never shied away from taking risks or trying new things, and this fearless approach to his career has earned him the respect of his peers and fans alike. Tyga's authenticity is reflected in his music, his fashion, and his business ventures, all of which are rooted in his unique perspective and experiences. As Tyga continues to evolve, he is mindful of the responsibility that comes with his influence. He understands that his actions and decisions have the power to inspire others, and he is committed to being a positive role model. Whether through his music, his businesses, or his charitable work, Tyga is focused on leaving a legacy that reflects his values and his commitment to making the world a better place. In reflecting on his journey, Tyga often speaks about the importance of perseverance and resilience. He knows that his path has not been easy, but he is proud of the obstacles he has overcome and the lessons he has learned along the way. For Tyga, success is not just about reaching the top. It's about staying true to yourself and continuing to push forward, no matter the challenges. This mindset has been a driving force in his career, and it is a message he hopes to pass on to future generations of artists. Tyga's story is far from over, but his legacy is already taking shape. He has made an indelible mark on the hip-hop industry and has shown that with hard work, creativity, and determination, anything is possible. As he continues to build his empire, Tyga remains focused on the future, eager to explore new opportunities and to continue making music that resonates with fans around the world. Ultimately, Tyga's legacy will be defined by more than just his music. It will be defined by the lives he touches, the inspiration he provides, and the impact he has on the culture. He is a testament to the power of reinvention and resilience, and his journey serves as an inspiration to anyone who dares to dream big. As Tyga looks ahead, he does so with the confidence of someone who has weathered the storms of the industry and emerged stronger, ready to leave a lasting mark on the world.